Okay, you are live.
What was the address for the proposal on the duplex property? Remember what the address was? I had it written down, but it must have been on my other paper.
Let's see if I can find it.
I said I'm sure that happened, unless it's in the, it might be in the meeting minutes here.
Yeah, that works all the time.
It wasn't this past meeting, it was the meeting before.
Luke has it, Luke loves it.
There we go. This one was
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Didn't have the exact,
Yeah.
that's all I
Okay.
need. I couldn't remember reading the street number or something.
Okay.
Make sure I get it right.
Oh, that was Nick said his wasn't working. Frustrating.
Yeah.
Oh, slow down.
They put the box in the air in the shop. Shot up their
I
house.
think we got 5. Stand up to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yep.
And two of them, I can walk inside at my house.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody.
We caught all of that.
We got you, Ralph. So I know that we're probably most of us are interested in the delay street, so we'll start with that. Larry, I'm sure that you heard that the Knox County Area Planning Committee voted not favorable to that property. Okay, so it's going to be we'll verify, but I would think that would be our board recommendation that we wouldn't move forward with rezoning that based on their recommendation. We kind of have to follow what they're telling us.
So in the light of that, then we would have to move to go ahead and motion to redact the previous approval from our previous minutes, since we're having to follow what the county says on that. They said we could go ahead and do it, but based on everything else and what they have done as far as their research, that it's not in the best favor for that.
So why'd they say it wasn't in the best favor?
I was not at that meeting.
Yeah.
They
So
didn't give you that in the recommendations?
they haven't gave it to us yet. We haven't
They're
received.
supposed to be sending over board meeting minutes, but he didn't think he'd get them to me today because I'm getting them typed up and then getting them emailed, and I haven't received anything yet.
Plus, the way the ordinance reads, it says upon good recommendation from the Area Planning Commission,
Yeah.
which we haven't got yet.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing we can really do other than follow their recommendation.
It says a favorable recommendation to the town from the Area Planning Commission. And we don't have a favorable recommendation yet.
And like I said, we haven't got the official reasoning, but that we will be getting it here soon, I would say. So.
Okay.
And then the next one would be on the duplex property. I think that it was our understanding that it was just going to be a duplex, and now I'm hearing a 10-unit duplex.
Yeah, we can save our time there. We're not gonna do anything down there where I was gonna remove the house. We're just gonna kind of fix it up, leave the house. What we are gonna plan on doing though is putting just a small house on that other lot. So we'll probably bring the drive up there. But as of last night, I canceled that.
Okay.
Okay.
I canceled the housing that we had in Knox County as well. We had like a 50-unit building down there that we was gonna do and 6 single-family homes. But when I left, I just canceled all that.
Okay.
We don't need to build in Knox County, not a big deal. So that part's not a big deal. The other deal is a little bit of a bigger deal, and we're probably gonna try to pursue that a little more.
Okay.
One of the things that I think might have been the main issue for them is the fact of when it comes to putting in more lay down yard, that is taking up the permeable soil. So there's a lot of more drainage issues than what there was before. And that directly impacts our house as well. But I know if it's directly impacting our house further down the line, that it's impacting others in that immediate area as well. But as more as you put more gravel in there, you're going to have less permeable soil to get all the water
That is
runoff.
correct, but however, that wooded area there is, it's not doing anything. Water can't get there. That needs to be cleaned off, and that would be more than what is getting gravelled. So that part there should not make a difference,
Yeah.
but that's the argument we can have, not tonight, but
Yeah.
Right.
at a later time. for
Do
sure.
you have to get permits for drainage and all of that for where you're at? Like
Not
for
in,
each.
not in town, you don't have to, but like outside of town, you do,
Okay.
from what Sprague told me.
Okay. And so my question is why would you not have to do it in the town?
I do not know. I didn't make the rules,
Yeah.
Okay.
I contacted Sprague, and he's the one that directed, to give me the information.
Okay.
I feel
Yep.
like Colt said it was
Basically,
in
the
town
town
and
doesn't
out
own
of town.
any ditch. It's a railroad owned.
Mm-hmm.
The town ditch doesn't start till past Bowman's house.
Okay.
And that is with Knox County, what is that? That bonds on to them,
Drainage board.
the drainage.
The
board.
drainage board.
But Chris told me that the town ditch literally doesn't start till after Bowman.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Everything else here is railroad.
So
I do
we
know when we clean that ditch out, the railroad is who,
Is
who
typically
give
does
us
it, yeah.
okay.
the permission to clean it out and open it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I say, as of now, like I said, we have to be on hold based on that, recommendation, the way we had our ordinance written, so that's where we're at now.
And we'll work on it.
Okay.
And
And like I said, I would like to see the report. We haven't got it yet, so.
Yeah, I did request to have that report sent to me as well, just so I could go through it and for my knowledge, because I know that they have done a lot of their own investigation and they're a lot more knowledgeable than I am on those kind of things, but I want to be able to see their reasoning and so that I can dig into it, just from my own education on that too, to make a.
But from what I understand, this lot over here is a commercial lot, so we can do what we need to do over there if we want. We just didn't want to do it there, but, if we have to, we can.
Okay.
We didn't want to, but we may have to. Or we may move some of this stuff into Davis County too.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
thinking about that.
Okay.
We're looking about that as well.
And we hate to see, you leave the area because you've been a great benefit. But at the same time, like, we have to be able to think about our residents and, what works out for the best of their best interests as well.
Yeah.
Understand, if it's best for us to move to Davis County, that's what we do, we'll use this for whatever, unloading, reloading, we can easily do that, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal, but we can
Right.
do
Yeah.
it. It's a
Yeah.
big deal, but we can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, if we can't get what we need to do, and then it's what we gotta do.
Okay.
Because this was a pond, man, this was like, even over there where we was at, this was a pond when we moved in. We fixed all that up. You had to be growing mosquitoes the size of hoot owls.
Yeah.
I mean, this
I
was,
bet.
Yeah.
it was bad. It was like
Yeah.
that ground back there behind our
Mhm.
was all swampland. You couldn't
Yeah.
drove back there with
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
So we fixed that all up. We
I
got the
concur
pond
with
in
that.
there. We got the settlement pond in
Mhm.
there. This was over here was a pond across the street.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I don't think that what we fixed, opening that ditch, flooded anyone. I think it didn't do anything but help everyone. And now the water is all contained in a settlement pond. It just releases it slowly, and I haven't seen it flood since we fixed it.
When we have a big rain, and when it's like the flash flooding and that kind of thing, but anytime there's a big rain, there is the ditch that runs alongside our house and alongside back over here, it has a substantial more water flow than what it used to, and we can tell that in that water, whenever it is gone, when it recedes, that there is more of the lime shell and stuff like that you have from your properties, where it is, there's not the silt fence in there, and it's eroding into that ditch and then coming down into our waterway, and so that's where there's not enough permeable soil for it to be able to go into, or the proper silt fence for it, and it goes right into the waterway.
So where do you live at?
Right at the railroad.
Literally right here.
Yeah, like
I got you.
right back in the corner.
Yep.
So it like that, we've noticed an increase in that, and an increase of having to clean out the ditch so that the water will get through, because of all the settlement coming in with it.
Okay.
Because that's not the railroad cleaning it out, because they only come through once a year and spray and do any of that. The rest of it is my husband and I cleaning out that ditch in front of our spot, just so it doesn't flood into our street.
Tommy is the one down right on the end of your property where the railroad track is. He cleans it out regularly.
Yeah.
It gets clogged up.
Yeah, and Steve will do both sides of Main Street, because with the Murdochs, I don't know if they clean out that section, but Steve will go over there just so that water will go through.
Yeah, that's something a lot of us aren't seeing, and I've hadn't heard much about that until she had mentioned it before.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Larry, do you have anything else that you want to talk to us about?
Nope, that's
Or going
it.
forward?
We'll work on getting moved out as fast as we can.
Okay.
We'll get out. It'll take us a little bit, but we'll get her. We'll get moved out of there.
Yeah, and then I said, when we get the report, maybe we can address it then and see what their concerns were. But that's right. As of right now, we don't know what that
That's not a
is.
problem.
I'd say it's not a matter of like wanting you to move out. It's just a
No.
matter of not being able to accommodate the building further into the town part.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it quite, but I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, and like I said, we have to go by what what we would call our experts are. They have they have a reasoning for it, and we just don't know what that reasoning is. So we kind of know, I think maybe, but we're kind of speculating too. So
Yep. We'll check it out.
okay,
Will they give a reason for that? No.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure there is.
I'm sure that they will, because I've requested it, and so once I get that, if we want to have another meeting, we can, and to kind of go through it and discuss, and figure out ways to mitigate through what they have, and maybe come to a compromise based on those.
Yeah.
But I wasn't at that meeting. I had kid
I was not there.
activities, so
Yeah, Phil and I were there.
okay. What reason did they give whenever they said no?
I don't recall them giving a reason.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Part of it they said is, once you turn that into industrial zone, that it'll be permanently industrial zone. So say if they decide to move out, whoever moves in, say if Larry tries to work with the town, but if somebody else buys it, then the town's gonna be at the mercy of whoever moves in there. And the fact that it's getting more into town, might be an issue. That's what I remember from being there.
Okay.
Okay.
That was part of what they said. Like I said, I do remember that.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I was present also.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say for that, Jay?
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons for that.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of reasons. I mean, upon that, being residential, say
Mhm.
if he moves out and neighbors move out because of that, and then that company buys that, the industrial park, you just keep going and
Mhm.
going, people moving out, do it, and it turns into industrial town instead of a small community.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so my question is, and probably everybody else wants to know here, is there gonna be a vote on, do you have to vote on that to vote? to
I-
accept the
I-
recommendation?
Well, I can make a motion to redact our previous motion to rezone it. And then I would just need to have a second on that, and
I'll
we've
second that.
got 2/3 of it here, so that'll pass. And so then that means that our previous motion to rezone is redacted from last month's minutes. So,
Yeah, and your verbal approval was all based on the ordinances.
correct.
We got the ordinances from Phil, it specifically says for a favorable recommendation.
Yep.
So
Yes.
that ordinance is pretty much mute.
Yep.
Unless you
Yeah.
get a
So-
favorable recommendation.
So it's until we get a favorable recommendation from the county, it's a no-go. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's-
that's just what we had, and it's what we have to go with.
Understand.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Larry?
That's it.
Okay.
I have nothing else. Did you, Phil?
Just a procedural matter. Do you have to wait until you get the minutes from that meeting, or the recommendation, or the reasoning why, before you close this, or?
Well, since we've had it in our ordinance before, that we had to have a favorable,
Well, Phil actually wrote the ordinance, so you put in there that only after a favorable recommendation
Okay.
from the Knox County Area Plan Commission. So unless
Can
the
this be
ordinance.
left open until we get that and see if there's anything that can be done?
I am open to renegotiating and discussing it again based once we get the results back. I cannot guarantee that have a different outcome.
I understand, but it seems to
Okay.
me we would want to get that in black and white first
I do want to have that in black and white.
before a decision gets finalized.
Hmm. Well, I mean, what I can do is we can
we can hold it.
we could
Table it.
we could table it for till next month once we get the results back from those minutes. But my motion still stands as of redacting it because of that unfavorable.
And I'd have to second that too, based on what we've got, so.
But like I said, we're open to discuss it, but at the same time, I mean, you see the people here. These are the people of Sandborn that we are representing, and I have to be able to do justice by them as well, and it's not going to do well to expand out into the town limits.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else on it, other than we'll have to wait and read it, and then, like, right now, as of now, it's redacted, we would have to readdress if, moving
Yeah.
forward, if that's,
Yeah, once we get the information from it, we can do another meeting and discuss it in depth and figure out if there is a compromise that can be done.
Okay.
Does that work?
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Larry, that's just where we're at with that right now, so,
Yep. That'll work.
all right.
Good enough. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yep. And I'm sure all of you were here, well, that was what we wanted to hear about, right, was that and the duplexes?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
We were at the meeting last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went last
Yeah.
night.
Yes,
They should
Nate.
have done what they did
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
down there until they had approval. I mean, they shouldn't even put the gravel in there.
Yeah, because they said that has to be approved by the county. Well, I think either had to do an environmental study or something, but they jumped the gun on that, and the work
Yeah.
that they've done down there was not approved, and should have
Yeah.
been approved before.
And they had that work done there before they even brought it to the town.
Yes.
And that's what the
Yes.
county said. I don't know if the county, like I said, maybe retroactively approve it, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that they shouldn't have done that work without
Yeah.
any investigating.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah.
yep, and we can't.
I guess I have a question too, is that being commercial space, I mean, are there still any restrictions on that or not? Can they just build whatever they want, or, I mean, in terms of,
I mean,
It depends, if it's I-1, it has to be an enclosed structure, I-2 can be an open
Yeah.
structure, like there's different, it depends on how it's zoned.
Classification.
And it is a I-1.
so they would have to build it enclosed,
It's to industrial light
okay.
or light industrial.
Light industrial.
yeah.
That's what this is,
And that-
the
That's
one
what
in
he's
town
wanting to
here.
rezone from,
No, he's
And
talking
then I'm
about
talking
Yeah.
about the one here behind the
where the wood chipper
elevator.
was.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's already
he's
all
gonna move
done.
everything right there, he said. His-
Well,
like
but
was
he,
gonna build
last
over
night,
there.
I mean, he, well, I get,
That's already zoned industrial.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm
there's different
asking, is it,
classifications of
Right,
industrial,
I'm
what
not
they can
sure
do.
what.
yeah.
He was looking at the property there next to Ralph's stuff is what he was wanting to turn into industrial.
yeah, but he had asked the board last night when they gave him the unfavorable, he said, well, I can just build it here.
Near the elevator.
That's already an industrial.
That's
lot,
not- yeah.
So yeah, he can build
Nothing
whatever
we
the hell
can
he
do
wants
there.
to.
But,
Yeah.
well,
No.
no, what, there's different classifications about,
Yes.
of I-1, so, what is it, A1 or?
So what it is that in every residential, or every zone has multiple layers, so like there's R1 for single dwelling, R2 for multifamily. There's I1, which is light industrial, I2 goes to more
Yeah.
moderate heavy, and so like on an I1, it has to be an enclosed space, it
Yeah.
can't be an open shed. and
Which
things
is
like
what
that.
he was looking for in the other property.
Right,
So-
so that's, that, I think what they're asking is, does he need approval? And it just depends on the classification. So
Yeah.
if it's I1 or I2 already, he can do whatever.
And can he get it changed to the other easily?
He would have to go through an
Yeah.
appeal process again.
Jackie, you said it was already I-1?
This is college, right? Is this what you're talking
It's
about?
at least
Yes.
I1.
Yeah.
It is
They did.
Sandborn Town Industrial.
So
It's a
they,
classification.
yeah, they did tell him that it was industrial and he could
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah, so we can't stop that. So
No,
it's-
no,
it's-
probably his question is if it was I-2 or another I-2,
Yeah.
then what could he do?
Yeah.
Because for me, I mean, because, again, it's more in terms of the noise.
Yeah.
Because I know, so far, I mean, they've been better than they had previously. But I know before the building had burnt down, like I said, they would constantly be running their
Yeah.
fork truck back and forth, anywhere starting from 5:30 in the morning and well past midnight.
Yeah.
So, which I've gone out and asked the guy driving the fork, I was like, hey, can you not do that? I know you're supervisor, can you pass it along? Because
Mhm.
there's no way a person can sleep like that. Can't compete against people working 2 shifts or 3 shifts. So that is my
Yep.
concern is if they put that in there, they're gonna start using the alleyway again.
Yeah.
And can the noise ordinance be enforced if it's here then?
Yeah.
Even though it's industrial? Can it
If
be
it's in
enforced?
town, yes.
If it's in town, yes.
Yes.
But they're technically out of town.
Yeah, where they're at.
Yeah.
Where they're at now, yes.
But even for that, there's a county noise ordinance as well.
But that's a Vigo Township has to deal with.
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying, yeah, not the town, but yeah, the county would have to.
Yeah.
The duplexes are on hold for the next, the zoning of, ordinance, zoning planning, whatever they're called, area
Yeah.
planning. They have that tabled until their next meeting in December so that they can get more information. But whenever he proposed it to us, it was to be just for a couple of duplexes, not for this apartment style
Yeah.
that he is trying
Yeah.
to put in.
Yeah, well, that's, or sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No, you're
Yeah,
fine.
he said he was gonna, yeah, it's supposed to be a 2 buildings, I think, and it's gonna be 5 3-bedroom units,
Mhm.
along with parking garages and parking
No.
lots.
Yeah.
No, that will not work.
Yeah.
It
Not,
was a
not,
total of 10,
Yeah.
5 on each side.
Yeah,
yeah, this wasn't what we.
That's not what we
That's
agreed
what
We
to.
were under the impression it was a duplex.
Yes,
Yeah, a couple of units.
Basically, he told us.
yes.
You know,
Now
a
he
couple
said-
of
Now he said he didn't want
units.
to do any of it. so-
Yeah, he said that he canceled all that.
May build a little house.
Yeah.
Next to ours.
Or you might
We have no problem with that. We just didn't want
Yeah.
20 cars out back of my house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Understand.
say they might just fix up the house that's there
Yeah.
Which would be good. I mean, if you
Yeah.
do that, fix it up.
on Oak Street.
And then build another one on that other lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that'd be great. You know,
Yeah.
if that's what he wants to do, it's
We
great.
don't have no problem with that, but
Yep.
we did.
Yep.
That's just
Yeah.
gonna kill everybody's
Yeah.
property value.
Well, yeah, depending on
Yeah.
how many.
Need, so we keep
Yes.
renting right on down.
I,
Yes, sir.
if you don't mind.
ahead.
I actually went to present again, or speak against this last night at the area plan. I guess, so my cautionary tale for the town would be that, you know, some of us have had a front row seat for this. It, you know, it kind of grew beyond any of our expectations, but it's kind of been with what's gone on there, a act first and ask questions later. He is actually in violation by having anything parked on that lot. Cole told him that last night at the meeting. He is, even though he has not built a structure, he has in essence repurposed the lot to become an industrial parking lot, and so he is in violation of that. When it comes to zoning, you can't spot zone, so you couldn't take like something in the center of an actual residential area and put in an industrial if it's all surrounded by it. Where they start to kind of give more leeway is when there's adjoining industrial property. So when they look across the street, they see an I zone and they're like, okay, well, it's adjacent to. The problem is what you end up with a sprawl. So if they go onto that lot and then like Lou Roberts, whoever's living in her old house, she gets mad, or they get mad, they sell their property, he buys it, and then he owns it, and it just keeps going. And you guys, I mean, the town is small. Continuing to pepper their operation throughout town, you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, between the light pollution, the noise pollution, the safety issues, I almost killed 4 guys. It scared the hell out of me, honestly. They came off the road there behind Glen Apples, and their golf cart stopped in the middle of the road as I was coming down, had to slam on brakes, and they weren't just even paying attention. Had a semi pull out in front of me today going across Delay Street. You know, the fence might be set back enough, but it's hard to see, you know, coming in and out of there and things like that. There's safety issues with this, and candidly, the town's infrastructure is not built for industrial use. Our roads aren't big enough. Our sewage isn't set up for it. That was one of the things I actually brought up last night when they were talking about how the hell are you gonna get 10 sewage tanks on that property in addition to garages and houses and everything. I mean, that property is just not big enough. It's not realistic to actually do that. You know, when it did catch fire, you know, how much water had to be brought in, like our systems just aren't built to have industrial use in the town. And I hate that for him. I hate to, but you know, the fact of the matter is he didn't do his due diligence, and so we shouldn't have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Any Board of Realtor purchase agreement has a page where it's all, you know, sale is contingent upon survey, contingent upon zoning, contingent upon building permit, all that stuff. And he didn't do it. You know, I mean, the purchase should have done that. He should have got his approvals, gone through the process. So if he lost an investment, that's on him.
Yeah.
We shouldn't, all of us sitting around there shouldn't be, well, he's already there, so let's just, hell, he did it, you know, let's just go ahead and that shouldn't be the way it works. I would ask, I'm not complaining too much about what's in the county because it's in the county. I'm working with them on some light issues and stuff like that, but when it comes to the town, and Renee, you kind of alluded to this, our quality of life matters to us, and you know, I think it's upon this board to protect its residents and not an outside business owner.
Oh yeah, when we totally agreed. I actually talked to Johnny about this the other day. So
Discuss that as well. I mean, that's one of the, I mean, to me, the biggest selling point, like I said, I was back in town, I was down up in Bloomington for a while, and like I said, come down to help my parents. And then also the irony is I come down to get away from the noise in the big city, but now I moved into even more noise. I was
The
like,
truth is too, we're not benefiting from any tax.
that's,
Because his main building is in Vigo Township.
and the
And
county
I
board brought that
guarantee
up.
that crane lot, he's gonna report the equipment in Vigo Township too, instead of you know, dividing it up where it actually sits.
Yeah.
And the only thing, and he gets tax abatements, the only thing we get is your local income tax, and we have 4 people that work here from this county.
So,
All the local income tax is going to Davis County.
Mhm.
I hate to tell everybody, but that's just true.
so one of the things that when he got frustrated last night at the meeting, he said, well, I'll just build it here and I'll just move all that traffic. I'm like, well, you're already moving semis in and out of there anyway, and semis are already driving through town, but it might be the better option. But again, I go back to, the town has followed its rules for notifications, but the rules for notifications are very simple. The more notice you can give us to different venues, the better. I think, you know, there was a handful of us that showed up last night, but I'm glad to see as many people
Yeah.
here tonight as there is, because, you know, it is one of those things.
We were in shock when we got there and learned all about that. I said, that was,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how it was presented to
No.
us.
No.
and I said, I was ready to put everything up for sale this morning.
Yeah.
We're leaving town.
No, and we moved here 14 years ago, and this is where we have chosen to live our life and to raise our family, and we love the small town feel. I mean, that's been my heart of why I joined the fire department. That's been my heart of why I do the fall festival, and so I don't want to lose that small town feel.
Yeah, I don't think any of us do. That's definitely our goal for sure.
I would say the other thing that was talked about a little bit is, I don't think, and this is for the people in the room, I don't think people want to know where to go with complaints. And you guys can do some stuff when it comes to what he's wanting to do in town. But his, industrial lighting cannot shine onto your property. You need to call area plan. You know, and they'll start, there's places in the county to call with the issues. And, you know, the more people that kind of reach out about that kind of stuff, the more it can be done.
And he has gotten better with the lighting, right? Somewhat.
Oh, the front of my house is 24/7 daylight. I mean, it's directly, there's about a handful of lights that are directly pointed, or at least not shaded. And I mean, and the truth is, if you've ever come back from Linton at night and you see the top of trees lit up, the damn lighting's off. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, if you're lighting the top of a tree,
Sports stadium.
it's you know, it's wrong. You know, and I do know that I will give some credit, he has tried to mitigate some things, but to me, it's kind of like the encroachment into town just will become systemic, and it has to hold someplace.
And I think that was everybody's worry. The biggest worry was that what you just said, is it moving in further into town. And,
Appreciate the time, concern. If it does come back up again, I think all of us would like to have as much notice as possible to know.
Yes.
Yeah, we will. It'll be the same. We'll have to do the 3 readings, so we'll
And
slow down.
I would encourage you not to let the guy write his ordinance. It needs, if you guys are gonna look at an ordinance, the ordinance needs to be proposed by the town.
Yeah,
He
Because
thought
it's-
he thought it was a done deal
Kind
last
of,
night.
I mean, he kind of hurt himself with the favorable recommendation thing. I'm surprised he wasn't smart enough to.
But on the other
Yeah,
hand,
today they said this is
Yeah.
pretty much void
Yeah.
because
on the other hand,
there is.
there was a conflict of interest there last night too.
It's Rod
Rod
Mullins.
Mullins should have never got a vote on the property behind us because he had asked him to clear all that off. And I said, well, that had to be a conflict of interest if we didn't vote last night. I said, and they had supposedly had all the paperwork, but we didn't see any of it.
Yeah.
What are you
Well-
talking about? Clear it off.
Do the land work.
You know where they live? Where Angus's used to live?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Last house, he was one build 10 houses behind those lots back there.
Well, he's cleared up behind our house this week. I don't know what he's doing there.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I was wondering the same thing.
Mullins done it all with his.
See, there's
Mhm.
See, that's,
So, I mean, is that would be another, providing he does or parks anything there, I mean, that's another example of him taking residential and using it for industrial
Yeah.
without that proper reason
Yeah.
to do it, so.
And I'll be honest, I don't go on that delay street. I knew, once he proposed it, I realized that, hey, there was already something there.
Yeah. Trailers stacked 4 high and
Yeah.
then just
Yeah.
scrap and junkyard, and so it is, but hopefully that will resolve. Obviously, it
Yeah.
takes a minute to do some of that, but thank
Yep.
you for the time.
Yep, we appreciate it,
Yeah,
Nate.
thank
Thank you. Anybody else have anything on that, or we think we'll just start?
You know, I do want to thank you, the board. I mean, I served in your position years ago. It's no easy task.
We appreciate it.
But I think you've done well, and commend you on the job you've done tonight. And appreciate you looking for the residents of the town.
It's nice to see the concern. Okay? It's nice to see people here, so we appreciate it.
He seems pretty adamant though.
Well, like I said, he was pretty mad when they gave him the unfavorable.
Good,
That's
well,
why
he
I
knew
was
it-
almost, because you could see when he turned, he's like, well, I'll just show them, I'll put it in town.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, I can understand his frustration, but like what Nate was saying is poor planning.
Yeah.
He should have had enough space where he is now. He
Mhm.
could have put that in, but kind of look before you leap. He
Mhm.
didn't. He's just expanded, got too big before.
I don't know how
proper
somebody
planning.
doesn't get hurt with all those small buildings every which way, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
how do you maneuver in that
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated with that, but that's,
But like I said, his poor planning, we shouldn't
Mhm.
have to subsidize a for-profit business.
Yep.
I mean, that's in,
We sure don't like being in the middle of it, okay?
yeah.
and it's a shame that, I mean, we have to come together like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, like I said, to me, it's just almost, from what I've seen, it's just the lack of courtesy. I don't know how you can take big spotlight, shine it into somebody's house, and then not think that, oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that would bother you.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can be that oblivious.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, like I said, it's either that or just doesn't care. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, a mixture of both.
Yeah.
They do make good blackout
Yeah.
curtains.
So,
I've got some blackout curtains.
But you know, it's what it takes. If a small community has to come together like this, and we want to push against stuff, that's what we're supposed to do. So,
well, yeah,
so we'll
that's
keep
what
working
I was
together.
more afraid of. Like I said, normally when this happens, I mean, places just get steamrolled because they think they have the bankroll. They can just.
Yeah.
Well, but the problem is that I'm used to having
All kinds of stuff for sale.
Right.
I actually made that.
having to be more authoritative in my role with work and everything else, and I have a husband who's very, very authoritative, and I don't back down very easily from him. So,
Steve.
I know.
so I mean, I don't back down. I got broad shoulders. I can take it. And
Like I said, appreciate it. I'm
Yeah.
glad that.
Like I said, we're not benefiting
No.
Yeah.
any of this.
My big thing is annoying.
It's
Yeah.
Davis County.
And I think that's most people's. And that was the.
There are no.
I mean, that's,
Oh, yeah.
I could live with
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but the noise.
Anybody
Yeah.
said that his employees are.
And somewhat I looked at that one as it's already had stuff on it, but I never really thought about the other side, that he did that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like you said, it was a swamp before, there was mosquito, but it was a
Yeah,
lot
he
prettier.
tried
Like I
to-
said, I know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there you go.
watch,
Yep,
because
yeah,
I can look it up.
yeah.
Those trains sit.
And like I said, the road to Lake Street's blocked a lot of times,
Tax.
they stop right in the middle, and you can't go around them and
Yeah.
stuff.
Property tax.
Yeah.
But I
What's that?
guarantee they're
I know
all
it ain't
gonna
your
go
problem,
down
but if something that
with this
big
main
come up,
building. I can check.
you
it.
guys
I've
have
been
the authority to
watching
come and tell us
We've got all of our.
That you're having a meeting.
that you're.
Oh, yeah.
I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like I said, we was blindsided.
Yes, and a lot of times he'll ask to come to the meeting, and we don't know exactly what he's gonna present.
Yeah,
So-
because
So we
all got-
get here, he presents it to us.
We all got certified letters, three of us, the Gentry and Jay and us.
Yeah, maybe that's what maybe as a board, we need to do better if we get presented something to make sure that everybody hears
Let
about
me
it.
know something, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in shock.
Yeah, that,
And the only reason they tabled it is because he didn't have the land survey, he didn't have any building plans.
Is this meeting over?
That's my big.
and that.
that's
that has
part of
been
it
my
is we need to get
concern
moving along with the
every
next.
time he comes in. He doesn't have to put it all on the plan. Because we'll have to pull it up and say, well, we know it's this piece of plot, but we'd like to see how's that sit on there, how's it turn, how's everything going. Do your planning, so.
More than likely, they'll get another letter again. If not, then if he goes to appeal it, I would like to think that we would get something from them letting us know on the town. And then that case, if you guys don't get a certified letter, then we will let you guys know. And
And
that
then, do
way.
you have, like you said, we don't know who to go to. Do you have
So,
where you can tell us to go?
for the lighting issue and for improper use of property, zoning is the big one. The
We
noi-
have his number that Colt.
The
Okay, that's
noise is a little bit of different issue, but, yeah, I mean, there's some things you're just gonna live with, because, I mean, it is
Right.
you know, I mean, you hear the air tools and stuff like,
Yeah. Like I said, you can hear it to my house, you know.
But I think, you know, the issue is that if it looks like improper use of property, if it looks like, you know, lights are shining on people's property and being directed in that manner, I mean, so there's just different things. But
Sorry, Kevin, you spelled plan.
sometimes you just gotta do some poking around at the county to figure out, but area plan is a good place to start.
I say for the noise, like I said, I think I sent you that as well. There is a county ordinance on
Yeah.
noise for industry, so he's not allowed, like I said, him running past midnight, he's not supposed to do that. Even the noise that they generate now within residential, they're still not
Yeah.
supposed to generate that much noise.
That's got a certain decibel, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, I think it's 65, which is a little bit quieter than a lawnmower.
Yeah.
And that is a lot louder than that because it carries all the way through town. And like I said, part of that is
And I think
you
you'll,
just picked a bad spot because you know here in town, I mean, I could go
Yeah.
outside and clap and it's probably gonna shoot all the way across town.
and with the
So it doesn't
noise,
take much.
it's probably gonna take multiple people calling in saying,
Yeah.
hey, this, and before they do anything, I would say.
So, and like I said, that's my biggest complaint. I don't mind them having a business. I don't, it's just, don't wanna have to make concessions of him trying to make money versus
Yeah.
not being able to go outside and just sit and enjoy a little
Yeah.
bit of quiet and not just hear constant hammering and equipment banging and
Or having your property values go down.
Exactly, yeah.
That's gonna be hard to
Yeah.
sell property and get somebody in with that.
Yeah. And like I said, we are a small town. We want to keep it a small town. I think me and Johnny talked about the same thing. It's we are here for you guys, not for whatever he may try to do stuff, but we're definitely here for the town, not for anything else.
I think you showed that tonight.
Yeah. Good. We appreciate it. Anything else on it? Or I think hopefully we'll.
I missed the frogs.
What's that? You missed the frogs? Well.
Before he built all that swamp.
Yeah.
Every night I could hear the frogs.
Yeah. I was better at hearing the air tools, huh?
Yeah, it was peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we got
All right.
Moving along.
All right. We're gonna move on to treasurer report. Jackie, treasurer report. You have anything for us?
Yeah, I did, I was sick, I thought I was gonna die, but I didn't. The 2026 budget was prepared by me and reviewed by Kelly. And the budget forms were posted to Gateway on October 14th. Public hearing was held on the 24th, no one came. The board members were given copies of all the budget forms submitted for review.
Okay.
And the official adoption was on 11/03, with all three board members approving the budget, and was posted to Gateway.
Posted to Gateway. Thank you.
And it's done. I got a thing today that said everything we needed to do has been posted.
Perfect. 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 Looks like fire department. I guess that'd be Renee. You got anything with it for it?
Kevin.
No, Kevin is not here.
No Kevin.
Kevin.
Thanks, guys.
Kevin skipped out on us.
No, he did. I don't believe there's anything to report. We had a good turnout for the cakewalk and costume contest.
Except for Steve's dad winning 2 cakes.
3.
Three.
He only took
Oh.
one home. The diabetic that constantly wins.
Did Barbie win that costume?
Yes, she did.
She came to my door, rang doorbell. I go
Oh,
out,
was she?
there's just this weird person. And I was sick, and I went to the garage, I said, Jerry, get out here. I don't know what's going on. She just kept pacing, and Leah and Christy, everybody was hiding. And I was like, you are freaking me out. I don't know who you are. I said, get the hell out. And I was like, I said, I'm gonna get you, Barb.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
All right. Street department.
Street department, Ralph.
Park is winterized. Mowing has come to a halt.
Perfect.
New signs have been put out on the sewer yard, no dumping of any kind. And that mess has been cleaned up, and we are awaiting a bill on that. You'll be pleased, I'm sure.
That's sarcasm, I hope.
Yes, it was.
Uh-huh.
I had another thing on the park. We got all our electric bills in. The Fall Festival only increased our electricity by $145.
Oh, wow.
35 cents. So.
Okay.
It was paid, more than paid for by the,
The donation from it.
So as long as we keep doing what we're doing, we're gonna be good, huh?
Okay. Okay. Anything from sewer?
I actually talked to Cliff. He was working on a pump at Wagler's. We had talked to him previously in the week, so he said he didn't really have anything new.
Okay.
And then park report.
We have the inmates coming the week of November 17th to put up Christmas lights. Bingo went really well this year.
It was nice.
And we are gonna do more of them.
Perfect. Yeah, it seemed like everybody was having a lot of fun.
I was
with
really
it.
surprised
Yeah.
of who all showed up. But we did really good.
See if that door's locked, or why didn't they come in?
I don't know who it is. Somebody in a white vehicle. I thought with the door open. I don't know.
It's Lincoln Kendra.
Oh.
December the 7th, we are having, the church is coming together with the park. We are gonna have a tree lighting. The church's theme this year is the community coming together and lighting the Christmas tree. So Josh is gonna go and cut us down a 12-foot tree
Thank you, Josh.
to put at the park, and we're gonna have a little setup.
When is that?
December the 7th. Santa Claus is
As long as it's a
coming.
Christmas maple, we don't care.
Santa Claus will be there at 7.
James gonna be Santa.
No.
Can't get away with it.
I can't wait to see.
No, see.
We have the real Santa.
Do we know when Sinclair's are putting the lights up? I guess I haven't.
I don't know. Ralph, do you know when Sinclair's are putting lights up at the park?
Between now and next year.
Okay.
No, honest to God, that's what he told me.
And
He said because he's buried too. Because whenever we got our grant, so did Bicknell and whoever else that hired the same guy.
Okay.
So
And I knew it wasn't going to be done for a while. I just kind of was.
I'm hoping we get the new lights before the ball season. Yes.
Okay.
Not only will we have Santa and cookies, we'll also have a soup dinner that night.
Soups and
For
sandwich.
everybody. Yeah.
Fundraiser.
Perfect.
Wasn't the answer she was looking
Before we get too far, I know that we've had some issues with some properties with yard and weed maintenance and management and that kind of thing. So I did put together an ordinance for yard and weeds and kind of like a protocol for what we need to do. I sent it to the rest of the board so they could add in what they thought and felt as well. But I want to just read through this real quick and get anyone else's thoughts and opinions. But the yard and weed management ordinance, whereas the town council of Sandborn, Knox County, Indiana, recognizes that maintaining clean, safe, and orderly properties benefits the health, safety, and appearance of the community. And whereas the uncontrolled growth of weeds, grass, and debris can create hazards, attract pests, and diminish neighborhood appearance. And whereas it is in the public interest to establish consistent expectations, procedures, and penalties for property maintenance, therefore be it ordained that the town council of the town of Sandborn, Knox County, Indiana, as follows. This ordinance shall be known as the Yard and Weed Management Ordinance of the town of Sandborn. For definitions, weeds or rank vegetation is grass, brush, or other vegetation growing at a height greater than 10 inches, excluding maintained garden, crops, or landscaped areas. That the owner is the legal owner of record, tenant, or the person responsible for property upkeep, and premises is known as any lot, yard, or open space within the corporate limits of Sandborn. So property owners shall maintain their lawns and lots so that grass and weeds do not exceed 10 inches in height. Shrubs, trees, or vegetation do not obstruct sidewalks, fire hydrants, traffic signs, or line of sight. Debris, litter, or fallen limbs are regularly removed. Ditches and alleyways adjacent to properties must be kept reasonably free of weeds and obstructions. And cultivated gardens or pollinator areas are permitted if they are intentionally planted and neatly maintained. The town board and members and employees shall investigate complaints and or observed violations. A notice of violation shall be issued by mail or door posting, giving the owner 10 days to correct the issue. If not corrected, the town may authorize cleanup or mowing and bill the owner for the costs. Penalties for the noncompliance include up to $50 fine for the first offense, up to $100 fine for each repeat offense within 12 months, and actual abatement costs plus the $25 administrative fee. Unpaid fines or cleanup costs may be certified to the Knox County Auditor and placed as a lien on the property, and persistent violators may be referred to Knox County Recycling and Solid Waste Management District for cleanup and assessment of additional fines or penalties. The owner may appeal a notice of violation in writing to the town council within 10 days of the receipt, and the council will review the appeal at its next regular meeting. Invalidation of any part of this ordinance shall not affect the remainder, which shall remain in effect. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect upon passage, approval, and publication as required by law. Questions, comments, concerns?
At one time, the town already had one of those, and they actually turned it over to Knox County because of enforcement.
When I asked about if we had any yard or weed management, it could not be found.
We found one, but it was from 1935.
Okay.
The one we did have was
So-
1935.
We have an interlocal agreement.
Yeah, we have the interlocal agreement with Knox County.
Knox County, and we call Mike McKissick.
Yeah, and one of the reasons they looked at and did that was because there wasn't really an enforcement arm in town.
Yeah. Right.
And the county could enforce it better
Yeah.
than what, so they kind of ceded that over to, I don't care, I just for
Yeah.
your reference.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we thought about that, and we put board members would try to do the enforcement, but
If you guys have noticed, it's up here on top of the hill on going towards your house, Jason. It has been done, and I think they got a hold of it.
yeah,
Eddie McKim did it.
Oh, Eddie did it? Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know, so.
Yeah.
I know
And
they were waiting on still the court order that they
Yeah.
had with that one,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, and that was the problem, is that like the county is taking so long that if it needs to be one of us going up there with a bush hog and taking care of it,
That's,
then that way we can at least enforce.
yeah,
I think the issue on the was just more the appeals process, since there's not like a judicial
Mhm.
branch of government for Sandborn, that was the whole,
yeah,
so,
yeah, I understand.
I honestly don't care, I'd rather you guys use it.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think we have a lot of it, but you know, that
Yeah.
obviously if you live by it, you'd want it gone too, so we'll try the best we can.
People that buy properties, sight unseen attack sales, and let them.
Yeah. Which is what
Well,
we got
and-
going on here.
That's what we've got right over here.
Right
Yep.
there.
He's
Yep.
working on this one, trying to find, because the guy that owns this property also uses this property as his address.
Yeah.
That's the reason you see all the mail and stuff pitched
And he
there on the
doesn't
ground
live
and
there,
stuff, but he
but on
doesn't
his
live there
property
and there's
tax
no way to
card,
get a
that's
hold
the
of him.
address he uses.
Has some been up for tax
So it's
sale?
hard,
I don't think so, Jay,
so it's hard to find
because he pays the
where he
taxes.
really is.
But the reason why we did this was because people were getting turned into the county without the board knowing about it, and so this way it creates a stopping point, so the board is able to know about it and be able to discuss it with the homeowner or before it goes to the county, and then they get assessed all the county
Yep,
stuff.
we can report both ways.
That was just a point of preference.
Yep,
I'm just letting you know what our reasoning was.
thank you, thank
Okay.
you.
We're just trying to make it easier on the residents before getting mine right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
County.
Exactly.
Give 'em a little bit of a.
Yep.
No, I don't intend to.
Yeah, and I don't think we have a lot of issues with it, but there is some, so we could get it taken care
Good job, Randy.
of. Anything else? Anybody else have any open comments or anything? All right.
So this, the library, who owns that?
What's the guy's
Is that what
name?
you're talking about?
I can't remember his name.
It really, that's what he uses as his address. It's like he's
Yeah.
in the witness protection program.
That's what he uses, they uses that house as his address on his property tax.
Look it up on GIS.
That's what I'm doing.
Library?
We did.
The old
He
library?
still
Yeah.
doesn't have any other address.
I know the sale at one time.
Hire an attorney.
I don't know.
Right there.
No, she sold it to someone, and they don't own it.
Well, I mean, we tore the Apple House down, why can't we do that?
Okay, but yeah, Carolyn Lacey,
The Apple
that's his
House.
ex-wife. I know their family.
behind,
I know
Oh,
she might
okay.
know
behind the Methodist church.
where he is,
Remember
but
had all
he's
the
the
cars
father
around
of
it?
two
She
of her
said she
kids,
doesn't
so-
know.
Yeah, okay.
But Mike McKiskett, he's on it.
So
Matthew Morris is who owns it.
From
Sandburn,
Yeah.
Indiana. 47578.
you can hire an attorney to skip trace that though, and see if they can locate it.
That's not worth the money
You,
to hire an attorney for that.
And the thing of it is, Kiska, with this property over here, they're considering, because with us having the interlocal, if it's all right with you guys, at one time, depending on what they can find out about him, they said that with our interlocal agreement, they can actually go in and tear that down and clean all that up for us.
Yeah, that's what we did to the Apple House.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying though, but until they know a little bit more about it, because they can't find him or anything else, but that's what he was working on.
Okay.
He came and took pictures and a whole bit, so.
Okay.
were you just asking about open comments?
Mhm.
Yes.
There was one other, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
With, going back to Wagler's, and the degradation of the roads around his operations. Up here, you can see where it's breaking up and crossing the street and things like that. I would encourage you to maybe reach out to either the county commissioners or Oaktown or something. At one point, I believe someone had done something with like having businesses with heavy and industrial equipment driving on roads do road bonding
Yeah,
or
we
some sort of
talked
road
about
bond
that.
to take care of the repair cost of, I mean, I know
Yeah.
we've done the roads and stuff in town, we've had to try to get grant money and do matches and everything else, and
Yeah, I agree with that. So,
I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I would think
it's.
most industrial companies have to have a road bond.
I don't know, I would just say, like, I wanna say that there was a lot of like melons and produce people that, in that area of Oaktown, if I remember right, at one time, that they had to do some stuff because of it. I would just say it would be worth, if there's industrial equipment, because I mean, we're running telehandlers and,
Yep, thank you.
track of, or all kinds of stuff across there, roads have been cut, and
Yep.
you can just see where they're pulling in and out, and that's just trying to
Mhm.
get gravel on the edges, so.
Yep, it's a good idea.
I don't know, like I said, I don't know, it's gets into a real gray area when
We had to, I worked
private
for a
industries
company.
are charged to fix public roads, but there is some stuff that's there.
We
Okay.
had to, when a company I worked for, every time we moved our batch plant, and we were gonna have high traffic area on the highway, they would mark so many feet that we were responsible for. You take
Mhm.
pictures before and after, and the road has to be put back exactly like it was, if any damage was done.
Okay.
And we would get road bonds.
We will follow up with that.
But I will say in his defense, he did fix the potholes on the other side of the railroad track when he
Mhm.
was asked.
I think somebody
And he's
requested
been
that.
doing that, so.
Yeah,
And that's literally about it. He pulls out there to here, so.
yeah.
We can't make him, we can't really bond him on the other side because there's also combines
No, but
and farm trucks that run
but
down
you
there.
can look at his entrances and at his ingress and egress, and you can see like
Right.
what the wheels of those semis are not
Well, that's what I'm
rolling, they're
saying. He
just
just
turning.
comes out here
Right.
and goes to right
Yeah,
here.
but I mean, that's, like I said, that's the start of the road failure, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
And that's the thing is that like we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
We're
and-
not
and-
we're not over on
Yeah,
that
That's what I'm
area.
saying,
So.
and I just know that there, at one time, there was something like that, it'd just be worth calling your commissioner or calling Kelly. I know they used to have the, little thing that the clerk treasurers could ask all the other clerk treasurers and stuff, I mean, getting on the.
Yeah,
just
the
asking.
Amy municipalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll get on there. Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Then I will make a motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Much easier than I thought it would be. Thank you.
Well,